Hi everyone, I am Melissa Brooks. I am co-president of Florida State Collegiate DECA. Today I will be presenting Understanding Time Management, which is something that is really close to me, doing everything that I do, being co-president of Florida State DECA, as well as being co-president for my school, Kaiser University, and being on the track team, doing equestrian, doing an internship, and working all at the same time. What is time management? Time management is the procedure of organizing, planning, and dividing your time to certain activities, productive activities to be productive, goals, and reducing stress. Multiple things that occur at once can become very stressful. So, having the proper time management tools, understanding time management, and knowing how it can help you can reduce the stress on you, as well as just overall help you get through what you need to get through. Effective time management involves setting different levels of priorities, along with knowing how long each item or task will take to accomplish. And making sure that you meet deadlines and accomplishing tasks that you have to perform. There are 10 major goals of time management. The first one is goal setting, one of the top goals. Then you have prioritization, time allocation, planning, time tracking, minimizing distractions, delegation, setting realistic expectations, time saving tools, and self discipline. Goal setting is important because you always want to remember your SMART goals. You want short term goals and long term goals. You determine where to focus your time and effects. So with that, you want to set short term goals like doing your homework. You want to make sure that your homework's done in that week. You want to make sure that you're getting everything in on time by the deadlines. But your long term goals are like things becoming DECA president. It took me a year to become DECA president, but it was a goal that I had. It was a long term goal that I had. And I accomplished it by making sure that my time management and everything was done properly. Prioritization is important because it's identifying the tasks that are important or urgent. These could be the most critical ones, like an essay that was thrown on you by a professor that's due in 2 days, or
making sure you studied enough for your final that you need to like pass your classes and be back to every grade.
or studying for a final because it's worth a lot towards your overall grade, or midterms, studying for midterms, which just passed here at Kaiser. Time allocation is allocating certain time periods or blocks of times for activities and tasks to ensure that the importance is there for that time or task. Like, I wake up at 6 a.m., I get ready, and I go to practice. I'm at practice from 6:30 to 8. But I also have to remember that on Tuesdays and Thursdays I have an 8 a.m. So I leave practice at 7:30 to make sure that I have that 30 minutes to get prepared for class and get ready for class and eat food before I have to go to class. Planning. Planning is always important. When you sit down at the beginning of each month, I sit down and I have a planner. And in that planner, I put everything that I have to do that month. And if something comes up during that month that I know I have to add to my planner, I add it because everything that's in that planner goes onto my calendar at the beginning of the month. So I'm always doing schedules, to-do lists, projects, outlines, and when everything's done, I cross it out or I put a line through it or I make sure that I know that it's done. I will go more into this at the end. Time tracking. Time tracking is I could sit down and tell you what I'm doing at every point in time of the day because I'm tracking what times I'm doing what things. So, like today, I got up at 6 a.m. I went to practice. I was at practice from 6 to 8. At 8 o'clock, I went and got breakfast. Then then I came back here, took a shower, changed. I went to my 10 o'clock class, and then straight from my 10 o'clock class, I was at my internship from 11 to 4. At 4 o'clock, I had weight room. I went to weight room, and then 5 o'clock, I came back to my room, finished, made sure the presentation was okay, logged on to here, and I'm here till when I logged in at 5:52, and I'm here with you guys. Minimizing distractions, reducing distractions such as checking social media. Everybody in our age group is obsessed with social media. I'm bad for it. I'm sitting here and I've checked my watch with every social media update that has come through since I've gotten on. I will not lie. And then I'm also bad at quickly responding to emails. If I get an email from somebody, I'm pretty bad at responding to them fairly quickly because I should be focusing on things like schoolwork and I'll get an email and I'll respond to it. Or I'll get a notification from Instagram and I'll respond to that notification instead of continuing with my schoolwork. Minimizing distractions is always a good thing. What I started doing is I actually turn off my phone when I do homework, or I put it on do not disturb. And then I turn off my notifications for my email and my computer. Delegation. Delegation is very important. Delegation is where you assign tasks to other people or freeing up your time for higher priority responsibilities. So, being president of Kaiser DECA and co president of the Florida State Collegiate DECA, this year I've learned how to delegate a lot more of my tasks for Kaiser DECA because I'm also trying to focus more on the Florida Collegiate DECA. So things like I've leaned more on our hospitality officer to welcome our new students, and I've leaned more on my co-president here at Kaiser to help collect dues and just making sure that everybody's okay and welcoming the new students that we have because we have 6 new Kaiser students coming into our program this year. Setting realistic expectations. With this, you want to avoid overcompensating yourself and being more realistic. So things like, oh, in 5 years, I'm going to be rich. That's not a big enough timeline for that. And it's not a smart goal. Like, how are you going to become rich in those 5 years? Or why are you making it 5 instead of 10? Just small things like that that you can tweak and make into an understanding to where you can spread it out so that you have something more realistic. Time saving tools. Using tools and technology such as calendars, task management, apps and automatic automations to streamline your workflow and stay organized. These are super important. I use my notes in my phone all the time for time management. It could be just like my schoolwork, it could be tasks that I need to do throughout the day, it could be I'm not feeling so well and I know I need to get this, that, and the other done, and I will put it into my phone and make sure I get it done. I set alarms for certain things, I set reminders all the time, but I also carry around a planner 24/7. My phone and my computer both have calendars that are separated. They're not connected. I never connected them. So they both have the same exact stuff in them, but different reminder times. As well as I have a calendar on my wall and I have a to-do list above me for all of my stuff so that I can keep everything right where I need it. I do also use a task management app, and I don't remember the name of it, but it's my reminders app, and it just helps me remember what I need to do when I need to do it. It sends me alerts. Self-discipline. Self-discipline is a very hard goal to find and figure out. It's developing the ability to stay on track and complete the tasks, even if they're challenging or less interesting. Self discipline is still something that I have a problem with, but I've gotten a lot better throughout being in college to the fact where I will actually sit down and do what I need to do a lot more than being like, oh, I could get to that later. Because sometimes you can't get to it later, or you'll forget and you won't be able to get to that later. Time management ways. Some of my time management ways are I have a calendar that sets out every day of the month, and right now every day of the month has something on it. um, but it has times and developments of what I need to do for each month, what needs to be understood, and I also color code it with everything. So DECA is a different color than track. Track's a different color than school. Classes are a different color than homework, just so that I have everything there. And then above me right here is a to-do list. I'm not going to show it. Is a to-do list, and it has all of my classes. I have right now 5 classes, but one of them is my internship. But it has everything that I have to do for that class on the whiteboard. So I just wipe it off when I'm done with it. And then I also have a planner that I carry around in my backpack that has days of the week, months. It has homework assignments that I have to get done. It has presentations that I have to do, different things like that. And then I also have the 2 calendars, one on my phone and one on my computer that I go off of, as well as a reminder app that shoots reminders to both my phone and my computer. And I also have an Alexa that helps with shooting reminders because the reminder app goes through all 3 devices. And that way I can't just be like, oh, I'll ignore it, because I can't ignore it if it goes through 3 different devices. All right. That is the end. If there are any questions. Do you have any questions?
So, did you stop the recording?
I did not. Do you have any questions?
No, I thought it was good.
Okay. Let me stop the
Um,
recording.
I like the fact that you were throwing in the stuff about taking on so many